This documentary presents the preparation of Malawax and explores why this popular Somali pancake carries such strong cultural meaning in Enfield, across the United Kingdom, throughout the Horn of Africa, and within the global Somali diaspora. Soft, lightly sweet, and traditionally flavored with cardamom, Malawax is connected with family breakfasts, hospitality, community gatherings, and culinary knowledge handed down through generations. What is Malawax? Malawax is a thin, soft pancake closely associated with Somali food culture. It is generally prepared with flour, liquid, eggs, and aromatic flavorings before being cooked in a lightly greased frying pan. Many families flavor the batter with cardamom. Other versions may include cinnamon, vanilla, sugar, or milk. The ingredients and quantities differ between households because Malawax is a living family tradition rather than a single standardized commercial recipe. It is commonly served warm with honey, sugar, or melted butter. Some families also eat it with stews, sauces, or spiced meat dishes. Cultural importance in Somalia. In Somalia, Malawax is valued as familiar household food. It may be prepared for breakfast, afternoon tea, Ramadan meals, family gatherings, or visits from relatives and friends. Its cultural importance does not come only from the ingredients. It comes from the experiences surrounding its preparation and sharing. The aroma of cardamom, the sound of batter cooking in the pan, and the sight of tea being poured can bring back memories of parents, grandparents, childhood kitchens, and family celebrations. Serving freshly prepared Malawax can also express hospitality. Visitors may be welcomed with warm pancakes, tea, and conversation. In this setting, food becomes a way of showing generosity, strengthening relationships, and making guests feel at home. Recipes are often handed down through demonstration and observation. An experienced cook may not measure every ingredient. Instead, the cook judges the batter by its texture, movement, and appearance. Malawax, across the Horn of Africa. Malawax is especially associated with Somali communities living across Somalia and neighboring parts of the Horn of Africa. It is enjoyed in Djibouti and among Somali communities in Ethiopia and Kenya. Cross-border trade, shared languages, and family movement have helped culinary traditions travel throughout the region. The name, ingredients, thickness, and serving style may vary. These differences should not be treated as mistakes. They demonstrate how living food traditions adapt to household preferences, local circumstances, and available ingredients. The shared cultural importance lies in the knowledge of preparing the batter, controlling the pan, serving the food, and bringing people together. Malawax in Enfield and across the United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom, Malawax remains an important part of Somali family and community life. Enfield has a significant Somali community and forms part of the wider Somali presence across Greater London. However, Somali communities are not limited to London. Established communities also live in several other major British cities, including Birmingham, Manchester, Leicester, Sheffield, Liverpool, Bristol, and Cardiff. Malawax may be prepared for family breakfasts, afternoon tea, Ramadan gatherings, community events, and visits from relatives and friends. For many Somali families living in Britain, the dish provides a connection with childhood, family history, and the Horn of Africa. Its familiar aroma and flavor can create a sense of home, even when it is prepared thousands of miles from the places where earlier generations lived. Parents, grandparents, and experienced cooks may teach younger people how to judge the batter, move the frying pan, control the heat, and recognize when the pancake is ready to turn. This knowledge is not always written down. Younger generations often learn by watching, helping, and cooking alongside older relatives. Community demonstrations, therefore, provide valuable opportunities to safeguard culinary skills and cultural memory. The Enfield Cooking Demonstration. This Malawax cooking demonstration took place in Enfield and brought participants together to prepare, cook, and taste the dish. The activity documents more than a recipe. It records community participation, practical cooking skills, and conversations about how Somali food traditions are maintained within Britain. The version prepared during this demonstration uses ingredients that are readily available in UK homes and shops. Ingredients. For this recipe, you will need 1 cup of plain flour, 1 cup of milk, 1/4 cup of water, and 2 eggs. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of ground cardamom, and a small pinch of salt. Ground cinnamon may also be added according to personal preference. Use butter or vegetable oil to grease the frying pan. For serving, choose honey, sugar, melted butter, or a combination of these toppings. The quantities may be adjusted according to the number of people being served and the preferred thickness of the malawax. Preparing and blending the batter. Place the flour, milk, water, eggs, sugar, vanilla, cardamom, and salt in a large mixing bowl. Whisk the ingredients thoroughly. A handheld blender may also be used, as shown during the Enfield demonstration. Alternatively, combine everything in a standard kitchen blender. Continue mixing until the batter is smooth and no large lumps of flour remain. The batter should be thin enough to pour and spread easily across the frying pan. It should be lighter than the batter used for thick pancakes. When the mixture appears too thick, add a small amount of water and blend again. Add the water gradually because an excessively thin batter may tear during cooking. Where time permits, allow the mixture to rest for approximately 20 minutes. Resting gives the flour time to absorb the liquid and can help produce softer, more flexible pancakes. Heating the frying pan. Place a clean, non-stick frying pan over a medium heat. Add enough butter or vegetable oil to coat the surface lightly. Malawax is pan-cooked rather than deep-fried, so only a small quantity of fat is required. Allow the pan to heat before adding the batter. A properly heated pan helps the malawax cook evenly and reduces the risk of sticking. Pouring and spreading the batter. Pour approximately 1/4 of a cup of batter into the center of the heated pan. Immediately lift and gently rotate the pan so that the batter travels outwards and forms a thin, even circular layer. This movement is one of the most important malawax making skills. The pan must be rotated promptly before the batter begins to set. A smooth and controlled movement produces a more even pancake. Too much batter will create a thick malawax, while too little may leave gaps or cause it to tear. Cooking and turning the malawax. Cook the first side for approximately 1 to 2 minutes. The surface will begin to set, the edges may lift slightly, and the underside should develop a light golden color. Carefully loosen the edges with a spatula and turn the malawax over. Cook the second side for approximately 1 further minute or until it is fully cooked and lightly colored. Cooking times will vary according to the pan, the heat, and the thickness of the pancake. Reduce the temperature if the malawax is browning before the center has cooked. Cooking together and sharing knowledge. Participants in the Enfield demonstration did not simply watch from a distance. They cooked together, discussed the process, and shared practical knowledge. This participation is central to the safeguarding of culinary heritage. A written recipe can describe ingredients and timings, but it cannot fully communicate the feel of the batter, the movement of the frying pan, or the judgment required to control the heat. These skills are strengthened when people practice them together. Questions can be answered immediately. Different family methods can be discussed, and mistakes become part of the learning experience. The finished malawax. Place each cooked malawax on a clean plate and cover it with a kitchen towel. This helps retain warmth and prevents the pancakes from becoming dry. The finished malawax should be soft, flexible, and lightly golden, with a surface that can be folded or rolled without breaking. Repeat the process until all the batter has been used, adding a light coating of butter or oil whenever necessary. Serving and tasting. Serve the malawax while it is warm. Spread a little melted butter over the surface and drizzle with honey, or sprinkle lightly with sugar. The malawax may be folded into quarters, rolled, or served flat. Somali tea is a familiar accompaniment. Some families also serve it with savory stews, sauces, or meat dishes, demonstrating the versatility of this much-loved food. Cultural heritage and future potential. Malawax is not currently inscribed on UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage lists and should not be presented as a UNESCO-recognized dish. However, Malawax has many characteristics associated with living intangible cultural heritage, meaning traditions, knowledge, and skills that are practiced within communities and handed down through generations, rather than preserved only in a written text or physical object. Its preparation contributes to cultural identity, supports hospitality and social connection, and continues to develop across different households and diaspora communities. UNESCO's Heritage Framework focuses on living knowledge, skills, practices, and community participation rather than simply recognizing a finished food product. The cultural value of Malawax therefore lies not only in the pancake itself, but also in the knowledge, memories, relationships, and social practices surrounding its preparation and sharing. Community documentation in Enfield and elsewhere can help safeguard this knowledge and provide a foundation for wider recognition of Somali culinary heritage in the future. The Malawax prepared in Enfield represents much more than a recipe. It carries family memories, practical skills, hospitality, and a continuing connection with Somali identity. From Somalia and neighboring parts of the Horn of Africa to Enfield, Greater London, and other British cities, Malawax continues to bring families and communities together. By recording cooking demonstrations and lived experiences, the Enfield African Heritage Food Project helps preserve valuable food knowledge and creates opportunities for different generations and communities to learn from one another.
So guys, this is the finished malawa. So we've got plain one over here and then we've got the one with the cinnamon. So you can eat it plain if you want, or you can add honey to it. That's if you're not having it with chicken or any other protein with it. So I'll put on the side right there, and then you can just pick it, slice up, and then you can just put it in. There you go.
Malawa. You want to try the play one?
This one without cinnamon.
Yeah. It's good. Thank you. Oh, it's good. Yeah. Extra flavor. This is really good.